Alright guys, Gemini back with another video. And one of the coolest things about being on YouTube is when you have a forum, like I have a forum, and a decent viewership audience, is you can kind of deviate from your norm. You know, for me, it's, you know, my norm is usually like pro wrestling DVD and pro wrestling DVD news and updates and pickups and action figures and rants, and you know, I just did a gaming channel and I do all kinds of cool shit. But one of the biggest things, one of the coolest things that keeps me going on here is when I could go back and revisit a legend in professional wrestling. And today I wanted to revisit the life of Gorilla Monsoon. Legendary commentator, legendary wrestler. This guy was just, sometimes in wrestling there's just special people, and Gorilla Monsoon was a special guy. The way he would protect the business with his life was pretty amazing. I mean, you could look up to a guy like that when his license plate was kayfabe, and for years Gorilla Monsoon would drive around in his caddy with the license plate kayfabe, and no one else would understand what that license plate meant. But that should tell you right there Gorilla Monsoon's mindset was to protect wrestling, and he did indeed. And you know, he was so loved and so admired that they put the position, you know, the gorilla position, right before the wrestlers go out and go to the match. Great commentator, just had a way with words, you know, especially with Bobby the Brain Heenan, and him and Jesse Ventura were a great team. He just had a great voice, great gift to gab. He could talk. You know, he would come up with this off-the-wall way. He would just say words and describe situations and protect wrestling and make wrestling fun. It was hard to explain, but there was only one Gorilla Monsoon. For instance, when a wrestler would get hit, you know, Gorilla Monsoon would make it seem like it was really real. I mean, Gorilla Monsoon was one of those guys who, even though he knew like what was going on in the ring was a work and stuff, he made it seem like it was real. You know, describing such terms as oxtubral protuberance or whatever the hell that was. You remember how he used to do that? He was a true legend. And if you remember Bobby the Brain Heenan's induction at the 2004 Hall of Fame 5 years after Gorilla passed, Heenan was hurt, and he wanted the Gorilla standing there right next to him. Oh man, just one of those guys, piercing voice, protected wrestling, did his thing with Muhammad Ali back in the 70s. It was actually a really good wrestler. What inspired this video was the True Giants DVD. When I watched it, I thought, man, got to give Gorilla Monsoon some love for giving his life to wrestling and the wrestling fans, protecting the business, a man of honor. Everybody loved him. You know, he was just a nice, wonderful man, and Gorilla Monsoon will always be missed and will always be remembered by the old school fans, especially me. I could pop in an old tape anytime and listen to Gorilla and want to listen to it again because he was that good. So Gorilla Monsoon, loved by wrestling fans worldwide. He always will be. Thank you for listening. I'm Gemini. Have a good one.